I'm so excited to be filming for you guys today. Like, you have no idea how much I've missed sitting down and talking to you guys and filming, but I just got married. I just got back from my honeymoon. It has been a crazy past month, and I'm not kidding when I say, like, I just didn't have time between my full-time job and getting the wedding stuff ready to sit down and film full videos and then edit them. I definitely had time to film, but editing was just like out of the question for me. So I took some time off, but I did film and vlog a lot. So I have a ton of content coming for you guys. I just am so excited today to share all of the details about our wedding and just kind of just chat with you guys about it. We had such an amazing, beautiful, wonderful day, and I just feel like it's worth sharing. And I also have little tips and tricks and stuff like that in there if you are a bride, or even if you're like a bridesmaid for someone who's a bride, to make the day just go as smooth as possible and be as fun and awesome and amazing as every single bride deserves. So if you guys want to hear all about my wedding and see some details, I have a huge box over here of like invites, and I don't know, I'm missing some stuff because my mom's actually coming over today to drop off the rest of the stuff from the wedding, but there's a good chunk of stuff in here that you guys have not seen that I can't wait to share, and I'm just so excited. So if you guys want to see, then keep watching. Okay, so first I'll just give you an overview of the day. You saw some pictures, obviously, that I inserted. It was the most, sorry, there's a plane flying over, beautiful day that we could have ever dreamed. I feel so lucky that I had such an amazing wedding that I honestly thought, and I'm sure a lot of brides feel similar, you're going through this process, it's like your entire world for a year, and then it's just gonna be over. And I was like, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna be so sad without the wedding. And because my day was so magical and perfect and fun, I don't feel that way. Like, I'm happy that it's a memory that I have. I will be getting a video, so I'm hoping to be able to share that with you guys on this channel. I just don't know exactly how that works, so I have to ask my videographer to like make sure that's cool with him, but I'm sure as long as I give him credit, he'll be okay. So I'll be able to share that full video with you guys, which is awesome. But if you follow me on Instagram, which my name changed, so that's, okay, so my name on Instagram has changed. I will leave it down below. Excuse me. And I just don't know if I should change my channel name to match everything, because I am changing my name legally, like I'm going through the process, and I just don't know. So let me know what you guys think about that in the comments down below. But basically, we had the most amazing day. All week they were calling for hurricanes, storms, rain, you name it. Like, it was changing every day. The whole week was just a roller coaster of emotions because we were planning on getting married outside. And something that I will say, and I don't know if it's just this area, but the weather changes like every single day. Do not stress yourself out staring at the weather channel, app, whatever all week, because I really did lose some joy in the week because I was so anxious and nervous that my day would just be like ruined, which it would never ruin your wedding day, which is something I realized the morning that I woke up on my wedding. You are so happy that it doesn't matter if it's raining, if it's like, it doesn't matter as long as you're marrying the person that you love and that's all working out. Like, and I didn't understand that. Like, I was like, what? No, like, aren't you gonna be so sad? No, because it was beautiful on my wedding day when I woke up, but like, I didn't care. Like, I was just like, oh my God, you know, you're so excited. So we had a beautiful day. We got married at the Sagamore Pendry in Baltimore City. It's in a neighborhood called Fells Point. It's right on the water. It is a beautiful hotel if you're local. They're amazing there. The staff was wonderful. So Friday night we had a rehearsal dinner, then we went over to the Pendry. We rehearsed. It was wonderful. We had all our out-of-town guests and family and friends meet us at the bar there, and we had like an extra night just to like celebrate with everyone on Friday. Then I woke up at like 5 a.m. on our wedding day, and I just couldn't sleep. I was so excited. So we actually got ready at the hotel. They have like a bridal suite. We got ready right there, and all the girls, and it was just such a fun, nice, relaxing, but emotional day. I did not expect what was to come and how I would feel, but you just, when you realize everybody that you love is there to like celebrate the person you love the most, it's just very surreal, and that was all amazing. And I will tell you some of the stuff that happened when I go through my box and some more details. So everything is kind of just like relaxing, right? Like, you're just kind of hanging out, you're getting your hair done, your friends are getting their makeup done, your mom, like, we were drinking coffee and champagne, and it was just super relaxing. And then suddenly it's time for me to get dressed, and then it's like boom, 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 boom. And I'm not kidding. It flies. Like, they're not joking. At first I was like, this day is amazing. It's slow. It's fun. But no, like, it flies by. I got dressed, I did a first look with my dad, I did a first look with Franco, we went straight to bridal party pictures, we went straight to like just him and I pictures. Then we had to like be kind of hidden away because of our ceremony was outside and you have to walk through the hotel to get there, so they didn't want everyone to see us, so we were like hiding away in some corner, waiting there for about 35 minutes because guests were starting to arrive. That was probably the most anxious I felt all day. We're just hiding and I'm like, no, all my guests are getting there, and I just like wanted to walk down the aisle and just, we read our own vows, so you know, there's a lot of emotion there. And just like nerves for people like staring at you and you being the center of attention and all that jazz. But it was incredible. As we're walking down the aisle, like I completely, everything that they say is true. Like I didn't notice the 207, that was our total number, people staring at me. I literally only saw Franco and it was just the greatest joy of my life. Our ceremony was beautiful. It was outside under a beautiful flower arch that I'm sure you saw in the pictures. And it was every bit of funny and emotional and happy and light and fast enough but not too short, and it was a dream. Like that was honestly one of the best parts, and I don't think people really ever talk about that because it's all like wedding, wedding, wedding instead of marriage, marriage, marriage. And I think that's something that I hope that you guys take from this video, is that there's just some things that you don't need to worry about because what's really important is the person you're marrying and all that. So we exchanged our vows, we exchanged our rings, we read our vows. It was very emotional. I didn't totally cry, but I definitely choked up, and same with him. Like we weren't like sobbing. We got most of that out in the morning, which I will also explain. And then, yeah, so it was amazing. Then that was done. We did all of our family formal pictures and all that stuff. Some more pictures with just Franco and I. We didn't go to our cocktail hour. We wanted to kind of do like a big entrance. So we sent our bridal party. They got to eat and drink and go have fun. And we just got to sit in the bridal suite actually for like the last 20 minutes. And they brought us some food and some drinks. And we literally just got to sit there and like enjoy the day and like spend some time together because all day we were obviously separated. Then the reception started and they called us in and they did our introductions and we did our first dance. Another thing I was super nervous about, all these people looking at me. Nope, didn't notice. I was just there with Franco. I was having the time of my life, you guys. Dancing, happy, sing, like everything. All my friends. It was just such a beautiful, amazing day. So that was the wedding in a nutshell. It ended. We had an after party where we had like pizza and chicken tenders and all that fun stuff delivered and got to like extend the night. Then probably about like 2 or 3 a.m. because our wedding ended at midnight. We were so tired. We were leaving for our honeymoon the next day, which I did vlog both places we went, so I will have vlogs up. I'm so excited to share them with you. My photographer, you guys, is incredible. Her name is Erika Lynn. She's out of Richmond, Virginia, which is a little far from me actually, so she's willing to travel. If you are looking for an incredible photographer, I will leave her information down below. She is amazing. The night of my wedding, you guys, in the after party, I got a sneak peek from her with about 25 images that were incredible. So the next morning I could like post, and it was just little things that just, they went above and beyond to be amazing and spectacular. And I just can't recommend loving your vendors enough. I think it's super important. And I absolutely loved her. So let's talk about some other things now, like what's important versus what's not important. I'm gonna go really quickly through this. What is important is your marriage. What is not as important is your wedding. And I don't think people really realize that. And I just wanna go through a couple of things where I noticed this, and I really felt like I wanted to have this big wedding, and it was everything and more. It was the best day of my life. But almost the entire night, I was just worried about like Franco and I didn't even really notice all of those details that I put in, and it was beautiful and I'm glad that I did. But just know that if you're marrying the right person, you aren't going to be concerned about the details, the extras, all that good stuff. You are just going to be so excited. And the wedding is important in that it's special, and you deserve an amazing day filled with love and the people that you love, and I hope and pray that everybody gets that. Things that aren't important are if it's going to be raining, if your bridesmaids' dresses aren't perfectly tailored, what color nail polish they're wearing, like things that I've heard other brides talk about. No, Doesn't matter. Let them pick their own hair if you aren't going to be super picky about it. Let them pick what they want their makeup to look like. Let everybody enjoy the day as well, because that's what I think made our wedding so much fun, is we didn't put a ton of rules in place. You didn't have to do this, you didn't have to do that. Like, we just wanted to have fun, and we did, and I feel like everybody else did too. Things went wrong though. It's so funny. I talk about it now like it was this perfect, magical, nothing, no mishaps. Things went wrong. Another thing you will remember after is that you don't really notice or care. So morning of, and this goes along with my tips, morning of, we're getting ready, and my wedding was in all white golds, creams, like very, very neutral palette. And our hotel is a boutique hotel, so one wedding fits in there a weekend. It doesn't have a ton of ballrooms, it's just one. And I see this cart of flowers being like barreling down the hallway about 10 a.m. while we're starting makeup. And they are of hot pink flowers, hot pink. And I'm like, there can't be another wedding here. I have white flowers, like what's going on? I run outside, I ask who it's for. I'm like, is this for the Berman Greco wedding? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, so something that we splurged on was flowers. We actually saved in a lot of other areas, but that was something that we saved and saved and saved for and splurged. So to see something that you like saved your hardworking money on be wrong was really like, oh my God, like I panicked. But then I was like, wait a minute, it is 10 a.m. My wedding is not till 6:30. There is so much time for them to fix this problem, and they will, because we paid for it and they will. And a couple tips that I would throw in are, if you're not getting ready at where you're getting married so no one can check on the space, is to have somebody over there to check on it, because things like that can go wrong. And had I not noticed, or had there not been people around, they would have put up those hot pink flowers in the room, and that just would have been what it was going to be. And because we were able to like notice it at 10 a.m., they literally dumped every single pink flower onto the floor of the ballroom, swept them all up, and refilled all the flowers with white flowers, and it was magical and beautiful and everything that I wanted from my wedding. So even though my florist was amazing at the end, she fixed everything. It was stunning and beautiful, and everything worked out. So details that I feel like were awesome for my wedding, I want to kind of share what I have. So I'm going to show you guys some of my paper stuff that I have. Some of the details that I don't have, I will show you in the actual video that I put up. But I wanted to first show you our invitation suite. So we actually got them from a company called Whimsy Paperie. So they actually turned out so incredible. We actually got this like little velvet band to hold in all of the like detail cards. And they're just plain black. They're letter pressed in with like gold. You can probably see. Our names are in gold, and then everything else is just super plain and classic. I'll insert a clip close up. I love these bands. We have them calligraphied. They were a calligrapher addressed them all. This is what her calligraphy looks like. I don't have one addressed with me right now because my actual mom has everything from the wedding, but that the planner got back from the photographer. But you can see her beautiful like script font. It was in gold on the outside. It was stunning. So this was one of the details that was amazing. And this is our accommodations card, our return card, and then we actually had this. Our invitation suite was amazing. They were really great to work with. They sent a ton of samples. They're actually based out of New York. I did everything like on the computer. And then this is our rehearsal invitation, which I will show an up close of this as well. This was beautiful. I did these off of Minted, and I uploaded my address list and everything. It does everything for you, which is so amazing, so easy. Their website was great to use. I love that they had something super classic, but I didn't have to spend the money on like a custom invitation. That was awesome. I'll insert a picture here of the mirror that we used. So we also have the calligrapher. We rented this mirror, and then we had her put all of the table assignments on this giant mirror. And then when you got inside, which I'll insert another picture here, we had her calligraphy, and we ordered these little wax seals. We ordered some ribbon from a company called Jefferson Lane, and then we had her write every single person's name on like a place card so that they knew when they got to their table exactly which seat they were supposed to stay in. It was really fun. Just a lot of little details that we did I really loved, but I will say, if you want to save versus splurge, like the florals that we splurged on, I think made a huge difference in the room. Some of those other little things like the name cards like weren't really necessary. I can't tell you how many people came up and said they loved the mirror, but then also when they saw our actual pictures, how many people were like, I never even saw that thing. And we spent a good amount of money on it. So definitely, like, when it comes to signage and custom things, just keep that in mind that some people might not notice or see a lot of that stuff, and so it's better to save your money. So then why the day was so emotional. So the first thing started out was my bridesmaids made me this amazing book that I just will never get over. It says Letters to the Bride on the front, and one of my best friends actually put the entire thing together, but look, it says Jenna Greco, and it's just pictures of me and Franco, or of me and then of me and Franco. But every single important woman in my life, our flower girl, my mother-in-law, all of my bridesmaids, and even my grandmother, my mom, my sister-in-law, my sister, like every single person in my life wrote me a letter, and they put a ton of pictures of me and Franco at the end, and I read every single one the morning of, and I was so emotional. I was sobbing. If you are a bridesmaid, I think it is the most magical, special gift you could ever give someone. I will cherish that for the rest of my days. It was amazing, and I sobbed all morning reading it. Then the second most emotional part was our exchanging of gifts. Franco and I exchanged them separately, so my planner brought me my gift, and I had the planner give him his gift, and he had been joking with me for like the past 3 years, saying like that he had already got my wedding present. He wasn't joking, like I thought he was joking, but he was serious when he was saying it. And he actually bought a journal probably like 2 years ago, and before we got engaged even, and had just been writing letters to me probably like a few times a week, saying like how excited he was to marry me or what was going on in our life at that time. And so his letter to me on the morning of was explaining that, and explaining that he wasn't kidding, and that he wrote our love story out, and that he wants me to now take the book from the wedding day until our first anniversary and write this year's love story, and then he'll take it back, and we'll kind of go back and forth so that our love story is written down for our family and for our children. And just, it was very emotional because the letters were extremely thoughtful, sweet, kind. It just, if I didn't already know Franco was the one for me, it was everything and more that I needed to know that we have enough love that will last lifetimes. Like, just reading how he felt about me was exactly how I felt about him, and it just really was so special, and that should be played out in the video as well. But it was very emotional, so I feel like I got out most of my tears then, and everybody around me was crying because it was just really thoughtful. And then he also got me a bracelet, so he still got me like a gift too, which was just beyond anything that I could ever dream of. And so there are hundreds of letters in there, you guys. I have not even gotten through all of them. It's just been magical. But I want to talk a little bit about like splurging and what we splurged on and what I thought was important. And I'll really quickly put in that hair and makeup is super important. I felt beautiful, and I owe that to my hair and makeup artist. And find somebody that you love and trust and pay for their service, because I felt so beautiful, and when pictures came back, I felt beautiful again. And that's because they made me feel so confident in the way that I looked, and I just knew that like I was gonna rock it that day. And I just think that that's super important if you're a glamorous girl like me, so keep that in mind. But I hope that this was a good overview. I hope that it was interesting for you guys. If there's anything else that you want to know, vendors, anything, information, please let me know in the comments down below. I love you guys so much. I'm sorry for my absence. I am back. I am back. But thank you. It was everything and more that I ever dreamed of, and I hope that if you are getting married, are one day going to get married, that it is for you as well, and continues to be throughout your entire life and marriage. You guys, I love you so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.